Hey everyone, thank you for watching part 1 of what it's like being in a relationship with me from Elliot, my boyfriend's part of you. So, part 1 covered long distance, the medical tube, the lines, etc. and being a wheelchair user, being somebody who is a full-time wheelchair user. So, you ready for part 2? Part 2 covers 2 things. 1, it covers intimacy, which is something that isn't talked about enough, and I think it's really brave of him to talk about it, and I'm really brave to also post this because it obviously talks about me. And secondly, it's about death and coping with being with somebody who has life-limiting conditions. You have to face that reality. So please stay tuned and watch part 2. He took a lot of time doing this. Like I said before, it's very brave of Elliot to let me share this, and it's also obviously with his permission. But yeah, I hope it raises awareness and helps others too. And yeah, it proves that you can be in a relationship and you deserve all the love, whether you're disabled or able-bodied. You deserve all the love. Mwah.
So, wheelchair for me, tick. There's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair. You know, I could be in a wheelchair one day. You know? Anyone could be in a wheelchair one day. Just click your fingers, you know? So, wheelchair, no problem. Next big question, question number 4, and that is sex or intimacy. Yeah, so usually you'll get like the questions of don't those like lines and tubes get in the way, or bet you can't do as many positions, or it's not as good or whatever. But to be honest, it's exactly the same, and there's no difference. It's still the same sex, you know. It's still the same as everyone else. Yeah, maybe you just like the only difference is you probably just can't do it as often as normal, like another couple would. Well, it doesn't matter. You know, sex isn't everything in a relationship. It's a small part of it. Also, yes, it's good to have sex. You know, it is good, and everyone can agree with that. You know, but at the end of the day, it doesn't define your relationship. You know, as long as you have it in the relationship at some point, every now and then, you're winning. You know. But I would say like sex is like a 5% part of a relationship. To me, anyway. So, yeah, nothing wrong. Just probably don't do it as much as other couples. No biggie. So, it's exactly the same. And it's good. Okay, my final question, question number 5. Going a bit deeper now, but death. Death is question number 5. Me and Ruth have spoken about, you know, what would happen if, you know, she did pass away, or even if I pass away, you know, could die any day. You know, no one lives forever. Death is a path that everyone has to take eventually. So we discussed that, and you know, I've had a couple questions. You know, like it's just like it's going to be like a short relationship, or you know, what if you lose her, or you know, yeah, it's going to take every day as it comes, you know, and whatever happens, you know, I'm gonna be there right by her side. I'm gonna be there for her. You know, if anything does happen, then I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. You know, like she's everything to me, and I know it's only been 4 months, but you know. So, you know, I feel like I can't live without her now. She's part of me. She's part of myself. So. But we've had a discussion. It doesn't put me off in any way. You know, I'm going to make the most of our time together, whatever time we've got. You know, some people have perfect health, and then boom, something happens. You know, that's a relationship cut short. You don't know. You don't know when stuff like that will happen. You know, it's not like, you know, I know she has life-limiting conditions, but she can still live. She's like 80 odd, 90, you know? She can outlive any of us. So, yeah, hard topic, but Yeah, it doesn't put me off. I love her for who she is, and short, medium, long, just gonna enjoy our life with the time we have, like anyone else. So, you know, that thing's like in the back of my mind. You know, don't think about that. I think about us, and I think about what a good life we're gonna have. You know, and the things we will do. So yeah, definitely the hardest one to talk about, but yeah, it's okay. We're fighters. She's definitely a fighter, and we're not going nowhere. So anyway, thanks for listening to my video. 5 questions about mine and Ruth's relationship. So do some more questions sometime. Ciao.